Hey yo, armed Armageddon. Let me stop playing. Hey Josh, man, I don't know exactly what I did to make you mention other E-Feds in this series. Made you talk about the titles, the world titles that you put on yourself in your Fed in this series. Mention other E-Feds and promoting your own in this series. And devaluing the new breed in a process in this series. I don't know what I did to make you do that, but damn. How did we get here, Joshy? Come on, man. I can tell that your Fed or your past life, you didn't have a experienced veteran presence. You want to know why? Because, Joshy, one of the unwritten rules of e-fedding is when you're in an e-fed, never mention nor promote other e-feds. When doing a promo in an e-fed, never mention nor promote other e-feds, including yours. I learned that a very long time ago, e-fedding 101. But due to the lack of credibility with your past and maybe your Fed, those unwritten rules aren't there. So for someone that's supposed to have been doing this for a long time, Joshy, how come you did not know that? Let's see. You see, Joshy, I got a feeling you still do not know where exactly I'm about to go with this. And it's sad because, even with King Rio jumping on your shit to check you, I don't think that was enough of an eye opener. I mean, you tried to attack me by mentioning other e-feds, promoting your own, presenting them as bigger opportunities, deeper waters, better e-feds. But what you don't realize, while you was doing that, you ended up devaluing the new breed in a process. So basically, your words towards me did more damage for this federation that you're in. That's not a good look. Someone with common sense who has experience would have pulled you to the side and told you, yo, that's not a good route to go. But, since where you come from lacks credibility and a veteran presence, you was left alone in the dark. Now you're about to get your ass completely taxed. You see, Joshy, for someone who claims to be a world champion, I mean, your titles came from you putting the belt on yourself, but for someone that has that claim, you would think that you would carry that with you everywhere. Not saying that, oh, I'm a world champion here, here, and here. But guys who have won those titles know how to carry themselves to other places. So when they do win in those places, they know exactly how to be a world champion. You you don't have none of that. Your presence doesn't reflect someone who's been winning their entire career. Your presence reflects what you're doing now and what you've always done in a new breed, which goes on to this small pond that you refer to this federation as. It's funny. Someone who has never been to the top can criticize the new breed. Someone who hasn't been able to consistently swim on his own and find success here has the nerve to criticize this federation. I mean, you don't even have half of my accolades here, but yet you're going to view this place as small and try to devalue what the new breed is. That's not going to fly, because if this pond is so small, how come you haven't had similar success like me? You've been here day one. You've been in and out, but you have been here since the beginning, Josh. But yet you can't even swim yourself to a fucking world title opportunity. If this pond is so small, how come you are not where I am? I mean, it should be easy, right? I mean, for someone who's been here that long, how come you cannot get yourself to the top in this pond that is supposed to be so small? I mean, your entire career has been up and down in a new breed. Up and down. So if this pond is so small, you should have had no problems going to the top instead of being able to swim somewhat until you drown and go back to the bottom. I mean, if this pond is so small, how come your traveling act, Team Tap Out, who's been back here for months, how come they are still not the number one stable in this federation? I mean, yeah, y'all did pick up a tag team win against Philly's Finest, but you guys are still not viewed as the number one stable in the new breed. Sadly, you guys are not even viewed as number two. If you really want to get proper with this, the Goon Squad putting you niggas over and you still can't surpass them in this small pond speaks volumes. Everything that you been through here, every fucking time you fumbled or couldn't get yourself over, that speaks volumes, Josh Armstrong. So maybe it's not this small pond. Maybe it's you. It's funny though. A lot of you, I'm not going to say a lot. There are people in this federation who think just like you, Josh. They will sit here and try to shit on a new breed due to the size of the roster. But instead of trying to expand the new breed, you guys come in here, barely do the bare minimum, and still expect to be fed. You guys come in here to this small pond and still expect to swim, even though you do not know how to get yourselves over or go out and hunt. It's like you want to take all this life from the new breed without giving anything back. You guys want to benefit from the new breed, but you do not want to give anything back to the new breed that it can benefit from. But yet, when y'all start to drown in other places, the main reason why you keep coming back, Josh Armstrong, is you come back here thinking that you're going to get a boost due to what you see as small. But that same boost is the same reality that you're facing elsewhere. That's not your EFED. So this pond isn't necessarily small, Josh. You're just not good enough to survive in it. Instead of seeking what the new breed can do for you, how about you and those who think just like you, Josh? Reach out to the admins and ask, what the fuck can I do to make this place better? It's like you guys demand, but not willing to give. The main reason why guys like you have been able to come back is because this pond has had a revolving door. But, 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 if you think you're too big for this pond, please be my guest and go back through that revolving door. But when you get your ass kicked in another federation again, that revolving door of the new breed will be locked forever. Joshi, please, 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 just stay down. Do not make me do a part 4.